Hello everybody, welcome to episode number 37 of Around the World in 80 Tangos. Today we have a personal wish of Raimund. Sur Anibal Troilo, the lyric is from Romanzi.
This is a recording of February 23rd, 1948. The singer is Edmundo Rivero.
And Raimund, tell me, why is this one of your favorite songs?
First of all, I like the music a lot, and then I love Romanzi's words. He's not so bitter and dark like many other authors. He's more full of nostalgia and longing and looking for things which passed away.
And he came from the Pampa.
He came from the Pampa. His family moved from Santiago de Estero to Buenos Aires when he was a little boy. And in many of his lyrics, he reflected this journey. And he was a very political guy. He was at the university. He was studying law. And when in 1930, the democratic government of Hipólito Yrigoyen was thrown over by a coup d'etat of the military, he went furious together with the other students, and they occupied the university, and he went into the university with a gun in his hand. And so he was thrown out. He couldn't finish his studies, and so he decided to become a writer. And then it was the decision of his to write for the people, to write popular poems, not to make high art. So he never published a book or published his poems in a printed form. He was always looking for the song. Also, this song was first written as a poem, and then Troilo made the music for that.
And he wrote really a lot of famous pieces. Incredible.
Yeah. The list of his numbers is amazing. So, like the very romantic ones, like Fuimos in the 40s. He wrote Romance de Barrio, Mañana Zarpa un Barco, this famous Di Mare song, Malena. So it's a long list.
And one of the, I would say, the famous milonga ever, Milonga Sentimental. And I think every student of tango, they met milonga the first time, they know this song, Milonga Sentimental, the slowest milonga ever.
Yeah, that's why teachers like to take this milonga. This was recorded in 1933. This was the famous composition of Sebastian Piana with the lyrics of Romanzi. He also texted other milongas. So he put some poetic quality into milonga lyrics.
San Juan and the old Boedo and the whole of heaven, Pompeia, and behind is the flooding, your bride's hair in the memory, and the name drifts in farewell. The blacksmith's corner, mud and pampas, your house, your path, and the ditch, and the scent of herbs and alfalfa that fills my heart anew. South, the wall and beyond. South, the light of the grocery store. Never again will you see me as I once was, leaning against the window and waiting for you. Never again will I light up our strolling in love with the stars in the nights of Pompeia, the streets and moons of the suburbs, and my love and your window. All that died, I already know. San Juan and the old Boedo, lost heaven. Pompeia end, on reaching the embankment, your 20s trembled with love under the kiss I took from you then. Yawning for the times that have passed, sent, that life has blown away, grief over quarters, how they have changed, and bitterness of the dream that died. Wow, he took us to a journey.
Yeah. And it was worth to read the complete lyric. Often we choose some verses and we leave something. But I think in this case it's good to hear the whole thing.
In the intro, we choose the beginning of the song because of Troilo's bandoneon. The bandoneon is nearly crying, and I feel like this is exactly what the lyrics need, this bandoneon. So you have already a good intro.
Yeah, Troilo has this capability of using very little notes with the maximum effect. It's really amazing.
Yeah.
It's his trademark.
And his other trademark was his eraser.
Yeah.
And most of the arrangers for him, like Piazzolla and also the arranger of this piece,
This is Argentino Galvan.
they were really afraid of the eraser of Troilo because they gave the arrangement to him and the first thing was he erased some notes. But everybody said in the end he was so right. He always chose the right way to...
Troilo was always regretting that he had not so much training musically beyond his instrument. He was a fine player, but he had not much training about musical theory and things like that. And so he always relied on qualified people like Piazzolla or Galvan and others. But he always knew what he wanted, so he was critical on the things they gave him.
And he chose the right people around him, right?
Oh, yes.
Also the singer.
The singer, Edmundo Rivero, was a very unusual guy. He was not a tenor like the other guys. We know he was a bass. And that's why the record company in the beginning was not so amused. His appearance also was a bit frightening for some people. He was called El Feo, the ugly, because he suffered from acromegalia, which is a disease where the growth hormone is produced in an unusual amount. And so his extremities grew more than with other people, all extremities. But he was a fine, fine singer, very beloved. He made 430 recordings. And although he preferred to play accompanied by guitars, sometimes he did it himself, he played with fine orchestras, Julio De Caro, Umberto Canaro, Horacio Salgan, Anibal Troilo, and finally Astor Piazzolla.
And Nelly Omar.
And Nelly Omar he accompanied with his guitar. In 1969 he opened in San Telmo El Viejo Almacén, his own club where he performed and invited other musicians. And he spent the rest of his life there, but he also recorded and gave concerts.
That was also the place to be in this time, right?
Yeah.
Famous club. And with this little story, we say goodbye from episode number 37 from Around the World in 80 Tangos. Today, personal wish of Raimund, Sur, music Anibal Troilo, lyric Homero Manzi.
The arranger was Argentino Galvan, the singer Edmundo Rivero, and the recording date is February 23, 1948.
Thank you for traveling with us through tangos we love. We hope you enjoyed. This was
Daniela and Raimund, Tangomundo, Berlin.
Take care, stay healthy.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Una luz de almacén, ya nunca me verás como una hiena recostada sentado en la vidriera esperándote. Ya nunca alumbraré con las estrellas nuestra marcha sin querellas por las noches de Pompeya, las calles y las lunas suburbanas y mi amor en tu ventana. Todo ha muerto, ya lo sé.